Hello, Planet YouTube. This is Miss Devious, aka Rihanna May, and I'm back today with the topic of do we really need to get married? So I did weddings for like 6 years and I loved it. Never been married.
I hear you two are finally moving in together. I guess we'll be hearing wedding bells sometime soon. Awkward. Nah, we're actually good.
My family?
Marriage! Everyone gets married, right? It's inevitable. It's expected. Society likes to not so subtly suggest to us that it's a life goal we should all aspire to. It shows success, stability, maturity, and it's the ultimate statement of love. Or is it? But everyone wants to get married.
Complete without a
Who will
husband.
you have kids with? Don't you want to tie that knot?
Oh, you're such a cute
couple,
love and
though.
expensive
Your wedding
diamond
will be
ring.
beautiful. Wow, you
But
don't
it's
want to get
something
married?
everybody
What?
does.
I said, nah, I'm good, thanks.
This is the bridal world. You can't say no. What are you talking about? This is all we live for.
If you're over the age of 18, it's likely that you've dealt with rather personal questions regarding plans in your romantic lives. And if you're a lady, well, what other aspirations or goals in life could you possibly want other than to snag that perfect husband? Sorry, I joke, but you know, there are some people out there that actually still think like this. Afraid of change and retreating to the safety of their little archaic bubbles. Come on, my dudes, you can do better than that. Okay, so first of all, before I scare off or, dog forbid, offend those that aspire to have the perfect wedding someday or are already happily...
Yeah, like I don't want to offend anybody because I love love. I'm a hopeless romantic and I believe in true love and all of the fairy tale things, but I just don't know that it's for me, maybe.
Married? Look. Put your pitchforks down for a sec.
Please.
Dudes, honestly.
Don't come for me.
I'm cheering you on. Marriage sucks. Here's 20 reasons why. Not clickbait video. Of course it's not. But what if your wedding day isn't an ultimate life goal that you and your partner agree that you don't need to do? Does this make you an insult to your ancestors by defying the norms of generations? An embarrassment to your friends, an immature man-child with no direction in life? Well, as a 26-year-old unmarried lady with absolutely no intentions to be officially wed in the traditional sense at any point in my life.
So I was never one of those little girls who like envisioned their perfect wedding day. I didn't have that. I didn't ever think about it. I didn't care for it.
Absolutely no intentions to be officially wed in the traditional sense at any point in my life. I believe that we should all know that we have the power to decide what will make us truly happy and comfortable in life.
Yes.
Whether it pleases your family and friends or not. Sure, I have personal opinions and biases based on my experiences growing up, how society treated me, especially as a girl, or factors like my abusive mother and my parents' divorce when I was young.
That part?
The thing is, unhappiness in married couples is far more prevalent than you may think. Amy, I'd like to respectfully disagree with your opinion because of X, Y, Z. Respectfully disagreeing.
Yay!
Here, on the internet?
No way!
I thought this day would never come. Please, I'd love to discuss this in the comments. Not everyone's gonna agree with me, and that's cool.
And I'd love to discuss it in my comments as well, as long as you're respectful.
Also, if it wasn't already obvious, this is not a history of marriage video. If you want a deep dive into men owning women as property and the likes, then I've included some links in the description for you to educate yourselves. This video is just from my perspective of learning what will most likely lead to a happy and genuinely most fulfilling life for me personally. I'm just here to show support for those that aren't so keen on tying the knot, to remind you that your thoughts and feelings are valid, and not to be pressured into something you don't want or need in your life.
Right.
So I watched Mulan in the cinema when I was a wee little and you know what? I was kind of annoyed at the start that Mulan was pressured into being this perfect bride. Ugh, another one of these stories. When this clearly wasn't who she truly was, and yet she was so afraid that she'd be a massive disappointment to her family. But I was proved wrong when the story
The animated, I love this. This is super cute.
so afraid that she'd be a massive disappointment to her family. But I was proved wrong when the story shifted. And you know, she went on to become a badass warrior and save China. It just made me think in my little kid brain, maybe I don't have to be a bride someday. I can be a warrior instead. Oh, wow, that's so r/not like the other girls. Get out. There are plenty of other girls like this. I don't think many would disagree if I were to say that weddings and marriage have been heavily romanticized across all forms of media. Oh my god, Miley and Liam are so cute. They had such a meaningful low-key wedding. So wholesome. And, they separated.
In the bridal industry, I would see repeat people, several times with a new partner. Not that I didn't see people live happily ever after, because I saw that too.
Oh my god, Joe Alwyn is totally gonna propose to Taylor Swift soon. I mean, who wouldn't want to believe that we all eventually end up with our perfect forever partners?
Of course.
To be honest, I don't believe getting married proves your love or commitment. Not
Agreed.
because I'm cynical or that I don't believe in love. I believe in love. But not necessarily that getting officially married equals happily ever after fairy tale, or that having those rings contributes to staying faithful. I've loved different people throughout my life, and it's never been the same love twice. None
True.
inferior to the other because they just can't be compared.
Except for number 2. He was rough and...
Twice. None inferior to the other because they just can't be compared. Unpopular opinion, but in this day and age, I think it's unfair to expect someone to be with you forever. See, if only women had remained unequal to men, they'd be at home being a wife, tending to the home, and raising the spawn. Oh, good lord, you people still exist. Oh. I mean,
But how awful is that, right? I'm joking.
Raising the spawn. Oh, good lord, you people still exist. Oh. I mean, we can't always predict where our paths will take us in life. Life can throw you a curveball. Good and bad habits can form in a relationship. Complacency can arrive. And you never stop changing. And sometimes, sadly, that means unintentionally growing apart from the one you love.
Oh, I feel like that's why I'm single, because every love I had, we just didn't grow together.
I mean, do you really expect us to be the same person at 20 versus 40? This is one of my main reasons for not wanting to get married. Personally, I think it would be disingenuous for me to legally commit my life to someone when I can't promise I'll feel the same forever.
Right.
I mean, just looking at myself from age 23 to 26, I'm almost a completely different person. And I'm not saying that I'd abandon ship for trivial reasons in a relationship. Any decent person would do their absolute best to work things out reasonably and respectfully with the person they love. But I just don't see the point to let the government know that we're legally tied in forever when there's a possibility that our lives could take different paths, or that it just simply doesn't work anymore. I don't mean to be unromantic, but when you look at the divorce rates or those stuck in unhappy marriages, just because they think they need to get married.
So are the divorce rates a lack of like traditional morals, or is it a generation thing because we are in like a quickly disposable and replaceable mindset? What do you guys think?
Divorce rates or those stuck in unhappy marriages, just because they think they need to get married. It feels like this needs to be approached with logic so that we don't unintentionally set ourselves up for failure.
I love
On the flip side
logic.
of the coin, what if you're married and then 15 years down the line your partner did something unforgivable behind your back or became abusive? Do those vows apply now? Is it fair to stick by their side? Will the memory of your wedding day and those rings keep you together? Following that, going through divorce is a massive strain on mental health, even if it's for the better. It's messy and it's painful for everyone involved. Those that aspire to be wed their entire lives or had a life plan that involved getting married and then got divorced may be left feeling utterly defeated.
Right.
And thinking, well, what now?
Ooh, I didn't think about that part too. For the people who do live for that, like it's got to be way more devastating than those of us who are like, marriage, meh.
Was it all a lie? I know some ladies eagerly await the day when they can openly label themselves as married to the world by taking on the title of Mrs. And if you find this empowering, that's great for you. Me personally, I'd feel undermined for me to have to change my title whilst the man would remain Mr. all his life. To me, this is so unfair and archaic.
I don't care about any of that part, the changing of anything. I just don't know. I also don't think marriage would change my love, so...
would remain Mr. all his life. To me, this is so unfair and archaic. Ladies have Miss, Ms, and Mrs. versus just Mr. Like if you're applying for a job, somebody may subtly judge you. Oh, Mrs. Evans, well, she's clearly married. Mr. Jones, Mr. Jenkins, Mr. Hopkins, Miss Lightfoot, Miss... Oh, how old are you, 15? Mr. Blah, Ms... she's probably divorced. I don't care if you need to know whether I'm female or not. Can we just have a unanimous Ms. so that no one is unfairly judged?
And that's why I go by Miss Devious.
Can we just have a unanimous Ms. so that no one is unfairly judged, even if it's unintentionally? Unless, of course, you are blessed with the ability to make a power move and reply, so is it Miss, Ms, or Mrs.? Actually, it's Doctor.
What? Mic drop.
Knowing the marital status is mandatory on an official document for whatever reason, then there'll be a specific question for it, and you can tick the heck out of that bad boy. Job done. Some people dream of the day that they can propose with the finest engagement ring that they can afford. Others eagerly await being romantically proposed to in an idealistic setting.
And I think weddings are so expensive just because of what they are.
This traditional gesture has just never sat right with me.
Right.
I mean, let's not get into the ethics of diamond mining because we'll be here all day.
Yeah.
Sure, some people try to make their propositions unique with individual flair. That's cool, I guess. But to me, this purchasing of an expensive ring pales in comparison to my partner just...
Right, and then I have this huge expensive ring that I'm scared to ding or nick or lose the rock or bang it up or drop it or get stolen or...
Being in my life, trying to make it work, being kind and respecting who I am as an individual. I wouldn't need...
This ring is all of a sudden offensive if it's forgotten or not, if it's poorly cared for. All of a sudden it's like some kind of huge like reflection of how my love for my husband is because I lost my ring or something. Like, that's so weird. So weird.
Need or want a diamond ring to show that off, let alone an embarrassing public statement. I mean, who are you really doing that for? Your partner or yourself? Now, a wedding day celebration with a bunch of friends and family, having a jolly old time, sounds great. I'm down for a big old party celebrating love. But traditional weddings seem like such a stress fest.
It is.
I had roses at my wedding. You should totally get roses too. I was actually thinking of having wildflowers. Oh, okay. Ew.
All the judgment starts in with your wedding, and people lie to your face also. They tell you they love it and they hate it.
What a hippie. Oh, what color's your bridesmaids' dresses? We're not having any bridesmaids. Excuse me? Is this even a wedding? My parents want us to get married in a Catholic church. They know we're Satanists, right? Ugh, can't we just do it to keep them happy?
Right? Oh my gosh, this part too. It's like, say couple A doesn't care about their previous religion or the roots of their family or traditional religious beliefs. You have to do all these things just to appease everybody else who's attending your wedding.
In a Catholic church. They know we're Satanists, right? Ugh, can't we just do it to keep them happy? If you want and can personally afford an Instagram influencer style perfect day, you spend your hard-earned money however you want.
Really, all you're paying for is for everybody else to eat and drink for free on you, crash your wedding, get a hookup. So you pay all this money for a party for everyone else. Got it.
But there may be others out there that couldn't care less about traditions. I'm not down to clown in an expensive dress that I'd never wear again.
You might as well have just done a photo shoot.
Those perfectly captured moments, posed so lovingly to look into each other's eyes, can just seem so staged, so perfect. Too perfect. And I mean, I love my dad more than anything, but I wouldn't have him walk me down an aisle to give me away. Regardless of whether it's just sentimental or argued that it's being reclaimed, it's rooted in women being their father's property and now becoming the husband's property.
Yeah, that's a weird outlook on it too.
And that's something I am not cool with representing ever. I mean, surely you've seen this printed on mugs or t-shirts. It's just embarrassing for the both of you to declare to the world that the fun is over.
Right.
Because now you're married.
That's another thing. Maybe we'll get into this on another video. But why does married mean boring? Why does married mean doomed? Same with old. How come you can't be old and married and super exciting? That's what I want to do.
And it's serious. Excuse me while I roll my eyes. You know, if you feel that strongly, you could just not get married. It is an option. Look, you can tell that this is something I'm passionately outspoken about. But it's honestly not because I'm trying to beat the system or something. I've just never felt the need to be legally married to prove my commitment. Nor would I ever want to be called a wife. The pros of marriage are...
I think wife is cute, but I don't like that the whole wedding, really the bride and groom are the most stressed out the entire time. If Uncle Johnny sits next to your mother, is there going to be a problem? And you can't have peanuts and, oh my gosh!
Very, very small compared to the lengthy list of cons in my personal chart.
Right.
But everyone's going to be different. And you know what? It's awesome that we live in a day and age where we don't have to be forced into this. We have a choice. Your personal preferences are valid, and it's okay to be unsure and question social norms. You have so much information at your fingertips now, so you can make a fair decision and judgment for yourself. Me personally, I have no idea where I'll be in the next 5 years. I have no idea where I'll be next year.
Right, me too.
It's unpredictable, and I love it. I need my freedom to chase my dreams, freedom to stay passionate, freedom to learn new skills,
Same.
freedom to keep my own name and identity, freedom to experience new adventures across the world and not be tied down. Sagittarius energy in the house.
I'm a Pisces, but Sagittarius is good too.
And I've been clear and as honest as I can with my partner that I need this to be happy. And he's cool with it. Maybe someday we'll have a nice little boho celebration about our relationship with friends and family, but we'll keep our identities. No traditions, maybe thrifted and handmade decor, no pressure, no judgment, no upstaging.
I love that.
Dress up in whatever represents the most authentic version of yourself. To me, he will never be my husband, and I will never be his wife. We are both partners. We are equal in this relationship. And that makes me so happy. I don't feel the need to prove or establish this relationship to the world. I know what we are.
Yes.
Whether you want to get married or not, just know that it's a choice, and you don't have to prove anything to anyone.
I have never ever posted any relationship I've been in on social media ever. And I only have been in very long relationships, like years. I do that because I'm protective of my privacy and my love. And I don't think it will change.
To get married or not, just know that it's a choice, and you don't have to prove anything to anyone. That's for you and your partner to decide without any social or societal pressure. So go live your life the way you want to.
Cute.
I'm cheering you on.
Woo.
And so is your heart.
Yes, that was adorable.
Yeah, thanks for being so patient with
I love it. That was Do We Need to Get Married from Amy Right Meow. Amy Right Meow? From Amy Right Meow. And that was super cute. I love the animated approach. I love that it was very lighthearted and inclusive of everyone's opinions and outlooks. I always like things when they look at it from other people's point of views also. If I got married, me and my husband would take our couple of handful of best whoever, mom, family members, best friends, hop a flight to some beautiful beach. My sisters and the attendees can wear whatever comfortable beach dress, get married right there on the beach. I love you guys so much. Thanks for coming by. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
And maybe we should take this further daily.